Hi, my name is Mark Netchma. I wanted to talk to you about BNGO stock. I am a previous owner of BNGO stock, but I do pay attention to it because I guess there's a little FOMO in me since I owned 1 million shares at one time. I was foolish not to sell it at a higher price than I sold it at. And to be honest with you, I'm going to go into this year on a little bit of a downside. Today I saw the stock drop down to like 152 or something like that. Uh, and the volume is super high. With the volume being this high and the price dropping and then popping back up again, I have to think that there's probably some manipulation. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, and you shouldn't take anything I say uh, as advice. I'm only doing this for entertainment purposes. But one thing that is amazing to me is when I look at level two, the massive amounts of shares being sold and being bought. I always look to see if there's a balance. Now, it does look like there's slightly more buys than sells right now when I look at the level two. But, I lost faith in this company. I sold at a higher price than what this is right now, much higher. Uh, and I think other people have lost faith in the company. I don't think it is sustainable. As I asked Kathy Woods personally what she thought about BNGO, she said it was not sustainable. And if I had listened to her, I would have sold when the stock was about 525. But of course, I was kind of sucked into the opinion on the boards and uh, had a lot of hopium, thinking that she was wrong, but she was in fact right. And here's why. I think that number one, when I spoke to the CEO, he said straight out that the machine was not about serving patients; it was only about doing research. I think that unless you're in the business of saving people's lives, uh, there's really no room for you today. The technology is moving so quickly. Secondly, I noticed that uh, this company is really focused on just the research area, and that's not going to be too helpful because, as I said, the technology moving so quickly, and this being, in my opinion, the year of the cure, with so many drugs coming out in the cancer area, in the gastro area, and others. I think that the big pops are going to be in the biotechs. So I'm out of BNGO, and seeing you trade at 165 and a half cents right now, uh, it's not looking good. Um, the market is definitely turning a bit to the upside, but it's been a very flaky market with the VIX being elevated, and it looks like there might be a lot more downside to BNGO. If I were to get back into BNGO, I would have to see the stock around $1, and then I'd take maybe a small swipe at it. I'd never go into it for 1 million shares again. Very disappointed with the management of the company, and also no explanation for why so many hires without showing any results. The other thing too is, if the amount of hires that they've made, which were focused on sales, we should be getting reports on, wow, this one sold, that one sold, a lot more publicity on where the machines are, but that's not happening. I also think that the machines that they are placing, they're placing on rent. In other words, people aren't really trusting uh, the effectiveness of the machine or the speed of the machine. So people are renting them, and those can backfire when all those rents have to be returned. So that's why I'm out of BNGO, but I'm not a mean person, and I hope that I'm dead wrong. I hope that I'm wrong. Uh, but that's my report on BNGO. I've moved to other stocks. Tellurian was one win. I've had other failures. Tellurian, though I bought for 221, sold for 608. I guess my imagination with the war before it started and Ukraine and gas was accurate. Uh, so there's some other stock. I'm in some other oil stocks. I'm in some more biotechs because I think biotechs is where you're going to get your biggest bang for your buck if a company actually hits. So that's about it. But I wish all of my old friends, Mr. Investalot, Frunkla, and Brandon, who completely disappeared like before the crash. I'm even starting to wonder what happened with the kid. He doesn't respond. Something's up. Did someone tell him to stop doing videos? I'm not too sure, but it just seems very straight. I do know he's a college student, so that might be one of the reasons. But all the best to the BNGO investors, and I hope you make tons of money if you buy at this level. Unfortunately, too many people bought at $5, $6, $7, $10, $13, and that's very sad. Thanks so much and have a great day.